As I was telling you, the use of PCR is also in medical legal cases, just to find out the culprits. The stains or any biological material found at the site of occurrence is compared with the DNA fragment of the culprits. Third is this is also known as DNA fingerprinting. Diagnosis of genetic disorders. This is the third utilization of this process. The PCR technology has been widely used to amplify the gene segments that contain known mutations for diagnosis of inherited diseases such as sickle cell anemia, beta thalassemia, cystic fibrosis, etc. The fourth use is cancer detection. This PCR is widely used to monitor residual abnormal cells present in treated patients. After treatment, what are the number of cells which has been left of cancer cells which has been left after treatment. Similarly, identification of mutations in oncosuppressor genes such as P53 or retinoblastoma gene can help to identify the individuals at high risk of cancer. The fifth use is fossil studies. DNA can be isolated and a PCR amplified from fossils and is used to study evolution by comparing the sequences in the extinct and living organisms. So these are few clinical application of PCR. There are few terms you should also know. What are reverse transcription PCR, also known reverse PCR? Very simple, that is nothing but PCR preceded by reverse transcription. That means we start from the molecule of RNA, reverse transcription produces DNA, and then this DNA is applied to PCR. For this, the enzyme is again used from a bacteria from hot spring, but this this enzyme is capable of reverse transcription as well as polymerization. So, there is reverse transcription of RNA to DNA, complementary DNA, and then this DNA is subjected to PCR. And then Southern blotting technique is used to identify the RNA virus. Another term is nested PCR. The nested PCR is intended to reduce the contamination in products due to the amplification of unexpected primer binding sites. When we add primer, few primers may bind to unexpected sites, due to which there is impurity of many DNA sequences which we do not need. So, two sets of primers are used in two successive PCR runs. The second set intended to amplify a secondary target within the product of the first round of amplification. First round of amplification, after the first round of amplification in the PCR, we add the second set of primers. That is one term, real time quantification PCR. By this method, quantitation of the number of virus present in the sample can be calculated. That is, this is a quantitative method. For example, virus load in HIV or HBV. So this is known as viral load. We calculate the number of virus after treatment, before treatment. So the treatment modalities can be planned and the response to treatment could be assessed. The real-time quantitation PCR is used to rapidly measure the quantity of PCR products. There it is an indirect method for quantitatively measuring amounts of DNA or RNA. Another term is multiplex PCR. This multiplex PCR, in this we use multiple unique primers sets within a single PCR reaction. Just see, use multiple unique primer sets within a single PCR reaction to produce amplifications of various sizes specific to different DNA sequences. Various sizes specific to different DNA sequences. By targeting multiple genes at once, additional information may be elicited from a single test run that otherwise would require several times the reagents and technicians' time to perform. So, single step PSR, we get different types of DNA fragments, here required DNA fragments. But annealing temperature for each of the primer sets must be optimized. So this was the PCR, the usage in short, and different types of PCR, that is reverse PCR, nested PCR, real time quantitative PCR, multiplex PCR. These are the improved types of PCR for it to improve its efficiency. Thanks. हो गया, अब इससे ज़्यादा क्या बोलो क्या